better than money. Set of REPO Chick in beautiful Hollywood. REPO Chick is not a sequel to Repo Man. It's a film that takes place in the repo environment, which seems quite appropriate given the extraordinary level of repossessions and people having their houses taken away from them in the current economic climate. I suppose the film is a comedy, but I think there's also maybe we're creating a repo genre, rather like the guys who were on the set yesterday, who were in a television series called Operación Repo, which is a reality TV show about guys repossessing cars here in Los Angeles. Maybe a repo genre is developing because of the economic crisis and because everybody's maxed out on their credit, worried about losing their car and worried about losing their home. Maybe there'll be more repo films. This film is being made under the Screen Actors Guild low-budget agreement, which means that the shooting cost of the film can't exceed $200,000, although the final cost, including post-production, can be more. When I wrote the script, I was thinking this was going to be a $6 or $7 million, which is a modest, low-budget independent film by American standards. But we were unable to raise that money. And also, truth to tell, I wouldn't really want to raise that money because if we'd just be on the hook, if we made a film for $6 or $8 million, we'd just be in debt to somebody for like $9 or $10 million, including the interest and all the gangster fees associated. So it's much better to make the film for a modest budget in the hope that, in due course, the film will actually turn a profit.
Everything has been choreographed on a shoestring, but the energy, the minute you walk onto our set, the energy has just been unbelievable. Everyone, cast and crew, have just been a gem, and it's been great. And back in November, he sent us a script, REPO Chick, and told us to take a look.
I don't think he even sent us a script. He came down and said, let's go to a train shop. I hear this is a really cool train shop down here. So we went to the train shop and we looked at little trains running around. And it was, oh, by the way, I want to make a movie. And then we got the script.
Okay. We started putting numbers together for him and tried to wrap our head around the concept of shooting this project on green screen. And every time I said, yes, but how are we going to have this train? I mean, where are we going to get this train car? No, Alex would say, no, Tippett's going to build it.
And here I was figuring out where we're going to get a California Zephyr and put it on a siding somewhere. And, well, the budget was higher at that point.
Right. At one point, we actually had a budget.
So behind us, you see the green screen up here that is going to be the background for everything.
And is it fun using green screen for the whole of the film?
I think it is fun using green screen, actually, because what it does is it deprives the actors of the bogus sense of naturalism which they sometimes get into. By working on a green screen, it seems somewhat easier for the actors to achieve a sort of a heightened level, a level of theatricality, because they're not in a real environment, and so they don't have these props and crutches of real stuff. They go into the set every day, and they're trapped in this kind of nightmarish world of green, unknown in nature, which means that they have to fall back on all they have, essentially, as actors, is their own talent and their own ability.
Is really green.
It is
Talk
really green.
about green.
Now this thing is just 3 people, right?
Yes, I mean, we'll figure, there are various images of the LA River that we have, so we'll take, yes. for example, it doesn't have to be that image. It could be, say, an image like this of the LA River, which is very pretty. And we would just put our characters down there. You know where that man on the bicycle is? We just have a very small...
So this will be also a ladder, a shot from the ladder?
Yes, this would be a high looking down.
Those were interesting scenes, the train scenes. Like being on a green screen, on a train. All those scenes over and over. I mean, it was really interesting. I kind of feel like in certain ways it was like as if you were in about 75 auditions back to back, but you already had the part.
Yeah, and also the fact that the green screen, I don't know that most people understand, but if you're shooting, like you're shooting now, you're shooting a 2-shot, okay, then you're gonna come in and from the camera's gonna shoot on her, okay, and then when you're shooting me, you're gonna be over there. Okay, green screen, it's just like, oh, let's flip it around. Let's do over there. Okay, so we'll just, so just change places. It's like the table just stands there and we keep changing places.
Yeah.
So there's no reality. There's no sky, there's no light, there's no doors, there's no sun. You don't know if it's day or night. It's like being trapped in some kind of a
Other world.
neon green other world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like it because I have a vivid imagination and it forces me to use my imagination, and I like to use my imagination, so.
I think you have to use your imagination more than when you're sitting in a living. I mean, if this were a real living room in the library and the light coming in from the outside, there's something about that ambiance or that the sense of space or shading or color or time where it adds and it helps the performance.
You don't have to spend a lot of time in setup, you know, with the green screen. You just boom, go in and do it, and shoot it. And the pace, the number of pages, the page count you shoot every day is very high. You move along. It's like a TV schedule, and I like that because I've grown quite impatient, you know, on sets. I like to keep it moving.
Oh, it's fun because, like you said, it's it's quick setups, and your imagination is free to go, crazy, and so it's fun. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. I've never worked in green screen like this, that's for sure. And there's a lot of improvisation. Well, there's a script, but a lot is left to the imagination to create the space that you're in and where you actually are, which is neat.
That is the one color that they can use that is you won't find anywhere else. So that is why they switched over.
And that is one hell of a, that's almost like a phosphorescent green, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm dreaming in green screen now. I want to have green screen in my personal life. I want to live on green screen because then I wouldn't have to go anywhere. I could just sit there and I'm at work and I'm in a car and I'm at the bank, wherever I need to be. Green screen is it's very different than the way you would work on a conventional film because things happen a lot faster, but there's nothing around you. And at any given moment, I have no idea what's going on around me, so it really activates your imagination. You're really forced to be very detailed and very specific and really, really go back to that sort of childhood place where you constantly are creating things, and imagining the world around you. So it keeps you on your toes.
This is my second all green screen movie. The first one is just about to show at the Berlin Film Festival, the Sally Potter movie, Rage. So I've become a specialist in movies that only have green behind the actors and with backgrounds put in later. So, but that one, it's not really constructed backgrounds, they're model backgrounds like what we're doing here. I think this is really unique and amazing and will be totally cool. And the reason the camera doesn't move is because putting in the background is simpler and cheaper if the background doesn't move. And because it's a low budget movie, that's one of the ways they're saving money.